Hi guys, Shinter Gamer here, and let's continue the gameplay of Tales of Zestiria. So, let's play it.
I am Sergei Strelka, Captain of the Platinum Knights, defenders of the glory of the Roland's Empire. In cooperating to ensure the Empire's peace, you prove your gratitude as much as your loyalty.
Is he always like this, or are his boxers just chafing him?
Here you go, our Merchant Guild pass. We've come to Lastendale on business, specifically the collection of a bill.
The sparrow feathers, are you? Quite impressive.
We've got a strict deadline, no time to waste. The place of business is the liquor establishment on the main road.
Ah, yes, Boris's Canteen. That place certainly gets an awful lot of business.
And we deeply appreciate being a part of it. Is there anything else?
No. My gratitude for cooperating with our inspection.
Thanks for all your hard work.
Next, you there. Quite some garb you're wearing. Are you this young woman's guard?
Oh, a girl doesn't dare travel alone.
Then why does he carry an ornamental sword?
He knew that Soray's sword was ornamental? He's seen right through us.
He's less of an idiot than he looks.
Wait, there are people watching. Well, you know, we have our reasons.
I'm asking your guard here.
Crap.
Repeat after me.
Please forgive my unquestionably suspicious appearance. The truth is, I am the son of a provincial lord. Lord!
Rose,
That's right. My husband here is nobility.
What? You're married?
Never had I lifted anything heavier than a fork in my life. Yet by chance did I fall in love with a traveling merchant. In the throes of passion, I threw my money and land away to be with her just over a year ago.
You did?
Even my wife didn't know the full truth. The cruelties of the outside world taught me how feeble I truly am. But even so, I knew a husband has a duty to protect his wife. So I wear an ornamental sword at my side as a hollow pretense of strength. Laugh at the weak will of a sad, broken man. Ah! Sorry.
You're doing your best. It's cool.
Oh, my dearest, your sweet words are succor to my tired limbs.
Oh shit.
Sow the seeds of love and they will bloom no matter how arid the terrain. Live and be strong. Next!
I don't know how that worked, but I think we made it. Thanks, guys.
more like we just lucked into the perfect audience.
A win's a win.
Turns out it's handy to have an invisible woman on your side, isn't it?
suppose. I'm sorry I told you to be quiet.
So it's alright if we communicate directly inside your...
No, it's creepy and obscene.
Obscene? I'm not obscene!
Come on, let it go, Lila.
Alright then. I assume that we're on our way to Pendrago now?
Well,
But Mikleo, this town looks all kinds of exciting.
well, it does, so...
We really ought to poke around at least a little. Did I nail it?
Guilty as charged.
Sounds fun. I'm game.
Bunch of children.
That's why we get along so well. And someday we all will.
You mean Seraphim and humans?
I remember this place was in the Celestial Record. But goodness, we usually reserve such sensitive matters for later hours.
My apologies, Your Grace. I merely wish to offer my gratitude for the services.
It is appreciated, but you must understand, Cardinal Fortin and the other high clergy have very strict requirements for us.
I am aware, Your Grace. Be assured that my organization will be most generous in our contributions.
It looks like that is the town sanctuary.
Shall we?
Here. Memorizing the true names.
Vethmis Mioma, Luzrov Roulette, Hefsin Yuland, Lukai Yerlin?
You okay?
Are you not feeling well?
Vethmis Mioma, Luzrov Roulette, Hefsin Yuland, Lukai Yerlin. Vethmis Mioma, Luzrov Roulette, Hefsin Yuland, Lukai Yerlin!
Whoa! What are you doing?
You tell me! When I formed the pact with Lila, she told me I had to remember those in like 3 seconds. And now I can't get them out of my head.
It was an emergency. I couldn't help it.
Lila can be pretty forceful sometimes.
I wish she were a ghost. She'd be less scary.
Let's check the sanctuary here. What happened?
Got a request. Church of Rollins.
Roger.
This must be the sanctuary.
Not a very old building, but still, remarkable architecture.
Hello? Is there anybody home?
If they are, they better have a voice and a body.
No one's here.
Ghost?
I mean, no guardian seraph.
No surprise, given that priest we saw earlier.
They're all like that. Everywhere you go these days.
Well, what should we do? Look for a seraph who can bless it?
Huh. I wouldn't know where to start.
You know, it isn't necessary to get completely hung up on restoring the blessing.
You sure?
It should be fine. There isn't all that much malevolence around here. And besides, it's not like you can go and save the world all by yourself.
Absolutely. The most important thing right now is that you broaden your perceptions and hone your powers.
So that we can stand up to the Lord of Calamity, right?
You'll have a hell of a time with that if you can't even tell when you're being followed.
Who are you talking to? The stained glass? Didn't you have urgent business at the restaurant on the main street? What was the name again?
Yes, right! Boris's Canteen!
There's no restaurant by that name.
He's alone. Let's take him down and get out of here. Can he see us?
Nope. He's just that good. Have fun with your human friend, Saray.
Huh? Seriously?
This is a human problem after all.
Come.
I shall apologize for deceiving you. And then... you're going to tell me who you really are!
Get close.
Tiger Blade! Dragon Fang! Reggie Gale! Reggie Gale! Fluid Surge! It's over! Ready? No escape! How's this? Reggie,
I have some trust you.
it's over!
Tornado Guard!
But now I need to heal.
What was that?
An art handed down with pride in my country.
Damn it.
Tornado Guard!
I got you! Strike!
Tornado Guard!
That did it!
Nice.
Lion Power!
Fluid Surge!
You held back. You'll regret it later.
I'll be fine. I appreciate you looking out for me.
Even your comeback is weak.
Are you speaking with Seraphim? So during the inspection, you really were...
I must apologize for lying to you, Sergei.
It is I who owe you an apology, gentle shepherd.
Huh?
Only in the clashing of blades may one gauge a man's strength. Might I ask your name?
Saray.
Shepherd Saray, I beseech you to lend me your power. For the sake of Roland's.
But we've heard that the Roland's Empire is on edge because of the Shepherd.
It's true. The Knights treat him as a dangerous wild card with a level of power comparable to Cardinal Fortin. And the Church views the Shepherd as a threat to the Cardinal, and therefore a heretic.
The Cardinal is the number 2 figure in the Church, first in line to succeed the Pope.
On paper, she's an aide to the young Emperor, but in reality, she holds the reins.
Verily, and she is said to be capable of causing the same miracles that the Shepherd can.
The same as the Shepherd?
What is the meaning of this? Since when have the Knights been so brazen as to let themselves into the sanctuary unannounced? Don't tell me you have come here intending to stain the ears of our faithful with foul lies about Cardinal Fortin.
Father, I would never...
Spare me your noxious dissembling. Get out of here at once.
Come to the park. We'll finish our discussion there.
There's a monument here.
Is that a monolith?
Okay.
Get out of town! What do you mean they're selling elixir?
It's true. Word around town is that the nobles in Highland and Rollins can't get enough of the stuff.
But how are they getting access to it? I thought the church controlled the entire supply.
Well, they say they've got the church's blessing, no pun intended. And apparently the damn stuff actually works. Longer life, fresher breath, everything.
Well, don't that beat all?
What beats all is the price of that junk. You gotta be one rich chump, let me tell you.
Yeah, I should have guessed as much.
The church is selling elixir now?
Something sounds off about that.
Look who's there. Hey boy, give me a minute. I have important missions. I'm on a journey to catch the traitor. Oh yeah, I made a new maps. Give it to me. Thanks for business. I can continue on my journey.
Sure is a lot of gold lying around out there.
You. What is your HP recovering? Okay. Talk to him. I'm talking with Rose. You like to meet more? You man. I'm here. Why it's not working?
Sorry about earlier. I didn't want you to have to see that. Things weren't quite as bad between the knights and the church when the Pope was still around.
The Pope?
Pope Macedra was a kind-hearted philanthropist, whom the former emperor greatly trusted. Even the knights would have gladly carried out any order he might give.
Wait, what do you mean was?
He went missing about a year ago. As if prepared for the confusion, Cardinal Fortin took the stage, and soon she had seized all political power.
So, you think the Cardinal had something to do with the Pope's disappearance?
Is there proof?
None. I had the combined powers of the entire Knight Squad on the case, but no clues turned up. But any knight who snooped around the Cardinal went missing. 18 of them in all.
Subtle.
I don't want to admit it, but in order to stand against the Cardinal, we need power that exceeds natural capabilities. Shepherd Saray, I know it is wrong of me to ask, but can you help seek out the true nature of the Cardinal?
The Cardinal resides at the church in Pendrago, right? I thought commoners weren't allowed inside.
It's true. I'll try to pull some strings on my end to get you permission to enter.
All right. We'll meet with the Cardinal.
Oh, frabjous day! I shall make the preparations immediately. Milady, please forgive me for dragging your husband into all of this.
Huh?
Let us reconvene at Pendrago. Once you've arrived, come to the Knight's Tower.
He seriously thinks you two are married?
What a weirdo.
But he's so pure.
A pure idiot.
I can tell this is gonna be trouble.
But at least it's getting us inside the Shrine Church.
Right. While we're at it, we can probably tell the higher-ups in Rollins our side of the story.
Though something tells me those higher-ups are going to be the real problem.
There's a point of interest here. Rajesh bells.
Oh my! Don't those potatoes look scrumptious?
Oh yeah, radish bells. They're on the smallish side, but they're super sweet and delicious.
They look like they'd go great with butter.
That, or you can just bake them and sprinkle with salt.
Oh my gosh, that sounds delicious.
You know those have got poison in them, right?
Poison?
Oh, yeah, something like that.
Eat enough, and it'll be your last meal.
Well, sheesh, you just gotta cook it thoroughly, right?
Nope. That actually strengthens the poison. You're even deader now.
How about if you cut the eyes off? Does that fix it?
Whoops, still dead. Radish bells contain poison in both the eyes and the skin. Now you remove all the skin and slice out the eyes. It's perfectly safe.
Hey, Lila, where do you think you're going?
I'm afraid this conversation is a bit...
I think she has some concerns about your food safety standards.
Hey women. The old man up in the park. I hear he's only 14-year-old. Apparently it was some terrible event in his past that made him like that. Good. Let's check the in. Yeah.
So, do you think Rose has gotten used to us being around yet?
Yeah, I feel like she mostly has. She may be a big old scaredy cat, but she's pretty adaptable.
I'm not so sure. That fear of hers may run deeper than it looks. Remember, it was powerful enough to suppress even her prodigious resonance.
With the help of someone we know.
I don't have to apologize for anything.
But even so, Rose tagged along of her own volition. I'm sure she'll be just fine.
I want to believe she will. Human compatriots like Rose are one in a million.
In more ways than one.
Yeah, in more ways than one.
What's so funny?
I was just thinking, maybe we're the ones getting used to Rose and not the other way around.
Very likely.
You're talking to Lila and the others while they're invisible again, aren't you? Creepalicious!
Guess she's still got a ways to go.
It just takes time and patience.
Dazzle and the dogs.
I don't think any dogs have barked at me for a while now.
There's the reason why.
Is that Dezel? Looks like the dogs are flocking to him.
What? You want something?
No, I'm just a little surprised. You're okay with dogs?
Of course I am. Dogs are silent partners. You haven't given them enough of a chance to know better.
But dogs do bark.
They only bark because they can sense your anxiety and aren't sure where it's coming from.
In other words, it's because you're afraid of them in the first place.
Well, I'd argue that they bark at me first.
It's so hot again.
It truly is. I think I'm gonna get sunburned. Edna, do you use your umbrella for protection from the sun?
As you can see.
Do Seraphim get sunburned too? I guess it makes sense since Edna has really fair skin.
Edna's umbrella can be used to avoid the sunlight as well as rain. It can even be used to push back the Hellions.
Oh, wow! So it's like killing 3 birds with 1 stone!
Not quite. It's also her signature item, so it's more like killing 4 birds with 1 stone.
If that's true, then really it's like killing 5 birds with 1 stone, since she has a cute mascot character attached to it.
And it's also something she can change depending on her mood, so that's actually 6.
I'm like Cinderella with an umbrella.
I must say, that was a good one.
Not to mention a lot of dead birds with 1 stone.
Alright, let's see.
I can sense the ancient tongue. We're near one.
Okay. Relax. Hey man. Oh, so you are the shepherd, are you? I'm sorry to be impolite, young man, but I have a favor to ask you. The seraph Shinter, who was the lord of the land for this town, ran away the other day. I'll be so grateful if you look for her for me. I'll do it myself, only there are so many hellions about these days. She said she was going to the lake. I think she must have meant the subterranean lake in Cumbria Caverns. It doesn't have to be immediately, just whenever you have time. I'll be so thankful.
It seems like the guardian seraph became a hellion.
But why would it just up and leave like that?
Get this. Found a new discovery point. The belfry.
Is this belfry all machine run?
Yep, it's what Leston Bell is famous for. The gears get moving, the bells get swinging, and it sounds like the most entrancing music.
Now that's something I'd like to hear.
Wow! You'll only get something like this in the City of Artisans. Such craftsmanship.
Oh, an art appreciator now, are you?
I wonder how the motor works.
Don't ask me.
I hear the sound of the drawworks. They're probably utilizing the power of the aqueduct running underground.
Aqueduct?
Really? Nothing I can see suggests that.
That's because it's a hidden refuge area. This place was built as a fort in the first place.
Oh, so that's why this place is surrounded by castle walls.
Before it was a fancy belfry, this was a communication tower for sending smoke signals.
So much history everywhere. This is too cool.
Guys seriously geek out over the weirdest things.
Well, let them have their fun.
Yeah, I suppose.
Alright. There's one person. Oh, there's a chest. Open. Hey, what do you have to say? The ones who were killed were all devout followers of the church. And the way they died, oh, it's almost too dreadful for words. Their throats, each one turned out as if by some inhuman beast. Mark my words, the Seraphim have turned their backs on our town, and we all will pay for the price.
Case, huh? It's very disturbing, even in romance.
This girl.
So, how's it looking for the new hideout?
We're still looking into it. Mallory, the Patinal Forest, seems like it'd be an ideal place, though.
Perfect timing! We wanted to ask you about something, boss. I figured you'd need me to come along.
It's not about the hideout. It's about our job as the Sparrow Feathers.
We can't decide on which product to purchase. Mama buns or curry buns? Which do you like? Mabo curry buns.
Isn't that just your personal preference?
Nope, it's a rational decision I'm making as the boss of the Sparrow Feathers. This is just what the world needs! The sheer deliciousness that only this combination can bring!
Sounds kinda subjective to me.
Fine, we'll go with that. You guys do all kinds of stuff.
That about sums up what we do. And we don't do jobs just for money.
I see.
That's why we make our actual living as merchants.
Well, mostly Agil does.
I'm the one who gives the okay on bringing out new products.
All right, we'll be going back now.
Boss, try and drop by the Forest of Mallory if you can. Everyone's already gone there.
Will do. Take care, y'all.
Hey man, what do you have to say? Give me this first. Let's lock it. Margaret, that ghastly little demon child. Do you realize she's been saying that there are no seraphim in the sanctuary? Someone needs to teach her what happens to those who spout such vile blasphemy. And that guard... that Mark's tree gives me the shivers. A serial killer in our midst, and they are no closer to catching the culprit. The only clue so far is that the murders always occur on a moonlight night. Pendrago, where is the Pendrago?
Nickleo, look! It's just like what was in the Celestial Records!
It's the Leaning Tower. I didn't know that it would be this big.
The Pendrago. Let's check there. It's a chest.
Well, this doesn't look good.
We're in a foul place.
This feeling. We've been in places like this before.
It's a crucible of malevolence. They make Hellions fight to make them nastier.
Venomization, a diabolical practice. It appears this ruin was built to do just that.
Who would make such a thing?
I don't know, but there are several places such as this on the Glenwood continent. I had thought they had all been sealed up, but...
Looks like they're back in business.
This has to be held off. No question about it.
We'll stop this!
Something's blocking our way.
It must be to keep outsiders from entering. It's most likely that only certain people are allowed inside.
So, it's me alone, huh?
A solo fight. If it were me, I could ask for nothing better.
Okay, I can't enter. Take this.
I just saw a monolith written in ancient tongue.
Great, it's raining. This sucks.
Not for me. It's nice and dry inside Saray.
That is whole new levels of creepy. Damn it! Why can't I be a dumb dry ghost too?
West, the Pendragon. Keep going. Southwest.
Even out of the rain, it's still so cold.
I'll say.
Damn.
They've gone from scary to annoying. Still, to think Seraphim sneeze just like we do.
Whoa, this place is huge!
Yes, Pendrago is the largest city on the Glenwood continent.
Where can we find an inn?
I recommend the one directly in front of the plaza.
You sure know your way around.
Well, you know, I used to come here a lot.
Okay.
Sergei!
He's one of the Cardinal's subordinates. I tried to apprehend him, but well, you saw what he was like.
His movements were incredible.
You could tell, right? It was a Hellion.
The Cardinal's underling is a Hellion? Then...
Forgive me, sir. He's escaped into the Shrine Church.
It looks like it's true.
I believe he was likely a messenger of...
I'm cold. You can blather on inside.
Tell us the details after we find shelter from the rain, if you please. Our friends are feeling a bit chilly, and even a seraph can catch a cold.
Friends?
Not that you could tell, since you can't see them.
Forgive me. I should have been mindful of the Seraphim's presence. Let us head for the Knight's Tower. Your wife sure is considerate.
Yep.
He still thinks they're married.
Alright. Take this. That's that. Check the map. The knights.
This should be a better place to talk.
Did everything go okay? Can we get in the church?
I secured the permissions, but after that last incident, I'm afraid we're likely under high scrutiny.
So what else is new? They weren't big fans of us in the first place.
Yeah, good point. We've got nothing to hide. Let's do it.
Look at that. Ever since Rose joined up with us, I feel like Saray has become so much more proactive.
Too bad it means that much more trouble for us.
Thank you.
It was my decision to begin with. And besides, I've really wanted to see the shrine inside the church.
There's something about you that reminds me of the Pope. He too would never hesitate to spare expenses for the sake of his people.
Oh boy, another masochist.
I see.
I've prepared lodgings for you. I pray that the Seraphim will also be able to rest well tonight.
But Captain, it's been 3 days since last we heard from Boris after his infiltration. I believe we should hurry.
Who's Boris?
The rain may be affecting our food supplies, but I shall prepare our famous Drago stew for you.
Aren't you the least bit concerned? He's your only brother.
I do not wish to burden you with my troubles any more than I already have. Please rest for now.
It's a kind offer. Let's take it.
We will. Thank you.
There's nothing here.
Sergei sure seems like a good guy.
He is. Though I fear he may be a bit too genuine and sincere to command the knights.
I agree. I hope he has what it takes.
We've got plenty of worries of our own. Let's not get hung up on other people's issues.
Okay. Wait, there was a... Oh, it's you. He betrayed us turtles. It can't be forgiveness. He be waiting with his head up from his shell. Oh yeah, I made a new maps. Thanks for your business. Now I can continue on my journey. Let's see. What we got here? Nothing. Old bottle. There's a plant, and that's that.
Phew! Now that was a meal.
Hey, learn some manners.
You sure can eat.
So can these two.
It was surprisingly good. I couldn't help myself.
Drago stew, 85 points.
My policy is eat while you can. It's been ingrained in me since I was a kid. That's the law of a soldier.
A soldier, huh?
Soldier? Aren't you and your buddies in an assassin's guild?
Well, you know, it wasn't always like this. We used to be just a band of mercenaries. Not to brag, but they called us the best on the continent.
Is that right?
That's it for me. We've got a job to do tomorrow.
Is Rose's band of mercenaries the one you mentioned before?
The Wind Riders, I believe.
I think I've heard of them. The tale said just 100 of them could scatter a force of 20,000 men and capture 3 castles in one night.
Yeah, they were a legendary band of mercenaries. It's no wonder Rollins itself was their primary employer.
They sound crazy strong.
Strong and loyal. To the point that even the Emperor of Rollins trusted them like his right-hand man. Isn't that right?
It's true. Was true. But then, the Imperial family of Rollins ended up stabbing them in the back, along with the very one I'm seeking vengeance against.
The Imperial family joined forces with Hellions?
Is it that surprising?
I guess not. People and Hellions aren't separate entities after all.
Very true. You can even consider them 2 sides of the same coin.
In fact, if the Cardinal's power is somehow linked to a Hellion, things start to make sense.
It looks like Rose snuck out through the back. Can't take my eyes off her for a second.
Hey, Dazzle!
I wonder if someone ordered an assassination.
Who? And was she asked to do it by herself?
Either way, this is bad.
Well, how do I get there? Nothing.
What's wrong? Why are you all here?
That's what we want to know. Where were you going?
Oh, just taking a walk. Thought maybe I ate too much.
You don't have to follow every whim that pops into your head, damn it.
We thought you might have ditched us to go assassinate someone.
Not yet, silly. That comes later. It's from someone who lost their son in the war that just broke out. Kill the one who started the battle. The invasion was proposed to the Emperor about a year ago, in documents bearing the name of Pope Messedra.
Huh? You're gonna kill the Pope?
Hold on. How do you know someone didn't just use his name? I thought he went missing after all.
Maybe. But then again, maybe not. It's awfully close to the time you went missing. We'll have to investigate further.
And what if we find out that he's bad?
If it's evil, the scattered bones slay it.
Even if it's the Pope?
The Pope, the Emperor, even the Shepherd. Oh, was that inappropriate?
I'm not a fan of that last part, it's true.
It isn't like we walk around all stabby-stabby. We make sure what kind of person our target is first.
I think I understand you better, Rose.
Do you now? Well, that's good.
I'm starting to understand too. Why she bears no malevolence, that is.
Because she's as nuts as he is?
Rose would certainly never tell a lie, that's for sure.
She was always that way. It's in her blood.
Was the Pope the type of person who would just up and start a war?
That's certainly not the impression of him we got from Sergei.
He's the de facto leader of a powerful country. He's probably got more layers than you'd think.
That is a church. Take a look around the shrine church.
Well, that was easier than we thought.
This looks like an auditorium of sorts for the believers.
Sure looks like a small crowd.
Can you tell me the names of the Seraphim who hold the utmost power, known as the Five Lords?
Musif! Oh, and Eumacia! Hyanawa and Almanac!
Correct. Now, can you tell me the name of the last one? The Seraph who's worshipped here at the Shrine Church?
Motelis!
That's right! Motelis is the Seraph who has given the entire Glenwood continent his blessing.
The Seraph worshipped at the Shrine Church is Motelis?
The Five Lords, huh? Big movers and shakers.
I bet Motelis would know something about how to stand against the Lord of Calamity. He's got to.
Is he really all that?
Well, he's the leader of the Five Lords after all.
You must be Soray. Welcome to the Roland's Church headquarters. I heard you were to visit. Please, come on in.
It's more magnificent than I'd even imagined.
The architecture definitely dates it to the height of the era of Asgard.
Glad to see you're impressed, but don't let your guard down.
No chests. Okay.
This inscription concerns the trial of the Shepherd, and the spiritual powers he obtains upon clearing it.
Could the spiritual powers
be real?
Buzz, 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 buzz. Be real bees. Oh, bees everywhere.
Just possibly. It's like the lettering's meant to tell us something.
But it's all gibberish. It must be some kind of code.
Well, it does involve sensitive info. Maybe there's a hint to crack the code somewhere.
Hey, what does the big rock thing say?
I'm afraid I'm not really sure. The inscription is written in some sort of cipher, and the key to interpreting it is handed down only from Pope to Pope.
So, I guess we'll have to get the Pope to read it then, huh? Something's wrong. Let's get out of here.
I don't feel so good. What is going on?
It's a Hellions domain, just like when we fought Heldalf. They're alive, but...
It's like they've been turned to stone.
Let's do a quick save. Who are you?
Going home already, Shepherd?
Huh?
I am Cardinal Fortin of the Church of Rollins.
This domain, is it yours?
Ah, so you can still move. Why don't you lend me your powers? For the sake of the people, of course.
They asked me the same thing in Highland.
I hardly think myself the equal of a Philistine like Bartlow.
Sounds like something a Philistine would say.
Charming, but sticks and stones and so on, young lady.
Ooh, she's good.
I have but one wish. To see my empire overcome this tumultuous era of chaos. A task only possible if the people are united. But Rollins is far too expansive to unify the people through mere patriotism alone. Shepherd, do you know exactly what it is that the state has used for eons to keep an entire country in line?
Is it faith?
Yes, faith. It is the belief in their own salvation that inspires in people the greatest sense of unity when they band together against outsiders who share different values. Meaning that my church itself should serve as the cornerstone for all of Rollins.
Maybe in your mind.
It is but the vision of one who would guide the people. With the name and power of the Shepherd, more people than ever can be brought to salvation.
Then you should cooperate with the Knights. Wouldn't that really be what's best for everyone?
I would welcome their efforts if they would simply bend to my will and do as I command. Even if they are a pack of loutish meatheads who can't figure out that their Pope abandoned them.
Wait a minute, the Pope just ran away? You didn't have him locked up?
I am not a street thug, child. The Pope, Macedra, I should say, left of his own accord. Abandoning his duty to both the Empire and his followers. What, pray tell, would you call such a man?
Pretty irresponsible, if what you're saying is true.
Irresponsible is one word, and still there are so many fools out there who trust in such a coward. The Knights, for example. In order to bring the people together, we must find Macedra and give him his due punishment.
Punishment?
Yes, the same punishment that befell those uncivil enough to mistrust me.
Then we have a problem. We need the Pope to tell us the meaning of the inscription.
Why? Cooperate with me and it won't be necessary.
I need to know. No matter what.
Ah, I see. That's very unfortunate. So then you mean to say...
What the...
My body! That you reject my vision!
Saray! Let's go!
We're leaving.
What? They broke through my domain and connected with the Seraphim, if only just for a moment. Oh, will I relish this!
Okay, spectral cloak.
We disappeared? What the hell was that?
It's called the Spectral Cloak.
You've been practicing in secret, haven't you? That was sweet!
We'll talk later. We've got to flee to the Knight's Tower.
Oh, there's a plank here. Nothing.
Got a dash. You go on ahead.
Okay!
The Pope fled of his own volition?
I'm sorry I couldn't get more details. We were sort of running for our lives.
No, that is more than enough. I'm just relieved that you weren't captured.
Thanks for saving us back there.
It's the least I could do.
Seraph Mikleo, my humble admiration for your bravery.
It's nothing, really.
It is nothing. All you did was blind her temporarily.
We have to do something about her domain.
Those powers might help. Let's get the Pope to decipher that inscription.
That'll be tough if we don't know where he is. The Knights have been hunting him for a year now with no success.
Yeah, but they were assuming the whole time that the Cardinal was behind the disappearance. Guess what? I think I know where Popadope might be.
You do?
The village of Gadadin on the southern part of the continent. We won't know for sure until we check it out, of course.
How did you get that information?
Well, let's just call it an industry secret. You know how it is.
Of course. I should have expected no less from the wife of the shepherd. Let us send a search team to Gadadin.
Hold on a minute. The Cardinal already expects that our side will be searching for the Pope.
A highly visible squadron of knights would essentially be a bright pink arrow pointed straight at him.
However,
we can operate covertly in small numbers. Let us handle Gadadin.
But that's far too much to ask.
Chill, Captain, we got this. What is it they say? Pope springs eternal?
Abandon Pope! All ye who, don't go to Gadadin.
Okay, settle down.
My thanks, gentle shepherd.
Actually, as for what you can do in return, do you suppose we could get a pass to Rollins? I might be mistaken for an ally of the Highland Army otherwise.
I have seen for myself the quality of your character. I shall prepare it immediately.
Thank you. That's a load off my mind.
There is something I would like to impart to you as well. Would you please step outside for a moment?
Done.
Do you remember the art I used when we fought against one another? That is the Lion's Howl, an art passed down through our band of knights. I and my younger brother Boris are the only ones alive who know it. But now I pass it to you as well. Wilt thou accept?
Yes.
Fight again. Set the alliance in the menu and unleash it. Where is it? Lion's Hall.
Well, you're a fast learner. I must apologize that this feeble art is all an oaf like me may offer you.
Don't say that. It's incredible. Thank you so much, Captain Sergei.
You and I stand as equals. You may call me Sergei.
Then you may call me Saray.
Saray, I am loath to believe the Pope just abandoned his post on us. But I also sense that there may be another side to this unfortunate story.
I understand. We'll find the Pope and come back with the truth.
Godspeed.
Rose, was it the scattered bones who found the information on the Pope?
Maybe. Seeing where the church's money was going gave us a little hint.
That's what I thought. You guys sure don't operate in the same way that the knights do.
Of course not. An Assassin's Guild can't function without proper intel.
Assassins. Right.
Here is your pass, Saray.
Thank you. Our travel should be much easier now.
I wish it were so. But we've received word that Byroclef Ridge, which leads to Gadadin, has been blocked by rock slides.
We could have been on the ridge right now.
If only we'd been a little bolder.
Rose! My punchline!
What's the plan?
You'll have to go through Cambria Caverns, south of the Meadow of Triumph.
An underground passage, huh? No problem.
That's your thing, isn't it?
You bet it is.
Cambria Caverns. Traverse the caverns. I can't use this. Caverns via the Meadow of Triumph.
A Hellion! Is it one of the Cardinal's guards?
Saray, we have to trick the guard into thinking we're not here somehow.
Oh.
Would it kill you to use that head of yours? Sheesh.
Ah, it needs to be invisible. Use it.
We made it!
Think we lost the Cardinal with that?
I sure hope so.
Food for thought.
Ugh, I ate too much today. My stomach's all achy.
Oh my, you shouldn't stuff yourself like that, Rose.
By the way, I was curious. Can Seraphim get upset stomachs or gain weight?
To say it in a fairy tale sort of way, your thoughts become reality.
What's that supposed to mean?
We won't gain weight from consuming calories, but we will from thinking, I'll gain weight if I eat this much.
Whoa! So does that mean you'll be okay as long as you don't think like that?
No. Denying the reality of things leads to malevolence. A seraph must not be detached from reality. So at the end of it all, you could say we're the same as humans.
This is so confusing.
Let's go, Rose. The monster.
It's around here, right? The caverns or whatever, I mean.
Cambria Caverns. He said they were south of the Meadow of Triumph.
South. Open the map. No, it's there. Yes. Oh. Which way? Okay. that a soldier? Where's the chest? I saw a chest here. Oh, it's there. Money. Oh. Discover point. No?
What's that?
Yes. You found a new discover point. Oh, he's gold. But it's a normal monster. Don't
Or
worry.
this Hellion does a headlong rush attack.
At you, Brutor?
Burn! Well done.
Saray, you're definitely improving more.
Yep, thanks to all of you.
Thanks to us.
Okay, now I can run. Let's use it. Okay, soldiers.
Sure is a lot of gold lying around out there.
Alright guys, I will stop here. Don't forget to watch the next part, okay? Bye bye.